Hi, my name is Philip Kent, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Social Blade YouTube tool to get extensive analytics on any channel that you want to. That's coming up right after the intro. Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Social Blade YouTube tool to get some pretty extensive analytics for whatever YouTube channel that you want to. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to bring up socialblade.com, and then you're going to need to bring up the channel page of whatever YouTube channel you're interested in getting statistics on. So I just picked the Prime Chronos. It's just a music channel, which I listen to quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the URL bar, and we're going to take after youtube.com/user whatever their username is, feature equal watch. What we're going to do is we're going to take the username. So in this case, it's everything between that second / and the question mark. So we're going to copy and paste that. And this is crucial. This is what you need, because some channels, the actual name, like for instance down here, the actual name is different than basically the URL name. So you need that username from the URL, which it's not always the same, so just keep that in mind. Sometimes it'll work if you just type in the username if they haven't changed the channel name, if the channel owner hasn't changed the name. But I just get it from the from the URL bar because it's 100% right all the time. So anyway, we're going to need to copy and paste that username, and then we're going to come over to the statistics. Basically, you just go to socialblade.com, and the statistics tool, you can check your stats up here in the top right corner. You just put in the username, and then you hit check stats. And that'll take just a moment, and it'll take you to this little overview page essentially, and it gives you an overview of the channel's rankings. So, for instance, the total grade is a B+. They are 6,639th ranked for subscribers. So basically, they have more subscribers than 6,639 other channels. 5,434th video view rank. So again, they have more views than all but 5,434 channels, that's pretty crazy. And then the Social Blade rank, which the Social Blade rank is actually, it actually came about basically as a means of combating people who just buy views and buy subscribers. So I don't know precisely how they come up with that, but that just kind of gives you an idea of what that's there for. It's kind of a secondary quality ranking, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. So that's the basic overview, and then right here you can check the views for the last 30 days, which this channel's gotten 3,835,470, that blows my mind. That's crazy, and it gives you the running basically the running growth rate. So this is 86% over the previous last 30 days, and then subscribers for the last 30 days as well, and an increase rate there as well, so that's pretty cool. Down here you can tell if they're partnered or claimed by a network, so that's interesting. If you want to do research to see if, for instance, maybe you guys might be familiar with them or you might not, but Daystorm, the musician, you can put in different channels and see who they're claimed by. In fact, I'll do that. I'll do Daystorm's real quick just to show you. Daystorm. Actually, I didn't need to do that. I already know his username by heart, so we'll put that in there real quick. So Daystorm, and then so you can see networked with or claimed by Big Frame, which is the partnership network that he's with. And then also right here, estimated monthly earnings. They basically just take the view count and multiply it by the lowest what is it called? The lowest click through rate, or cost per click rate for the estimated monthly earnings, and then they also take the highest as well, and then they extrapolate that to get an estimated yearly earnings as well. I will say that when you're with a partnership network, you have the potential to earn quite a lot more on your click-throughs than if you're just monetizing through YouTube. So keep that in mind. And this isn't 100% accurate either. Maybe I've done a little bit of research with this on my channel, and it's not nearly what I've earned for the estimated monthly earnings, even at the low end. but that could just be because a number of my videos aren't monetized. In fact, my biggest viewed, my highest viewed videos, both two of them are which have about more than half of the views on my channel at the moment. They are not monetized, so that could have something to play into there. I'm not 100% sure, but that's just a kind of an idea. All right, how that works. And then right here as well, you can check out the YouTube channel, or the other social media that they have connected to the channel, just by clicking here. So we'll try that. Twitter. So Twitter/Daystorm. So if you have it connected in your YouTube about page, there should be a link for it there. Moving on, with the YouTube user statistics table for whatever channel name, and then it'll give you a date range, which this looks like it's about 9 days, so or 10 days, excuse me, including today, so really 9 days. And so basically it'll tell you how many subscribers they got each day, and then their total as well, the running total, and then video views as well, and a running total, how many contacts they have made or lost or gotten rid of or whatever, and also the daily estimated earnings, both the low end and the high end. And you can share this user statistics table onto Google Plus, Twitter, or Facebook directly from here, which is pretty cool as well. And so it'll give you the latest video, and then this is essentially an advertisement for Social Blade to check out, which I highly recommend. Anybody who's kind of a new creator, check that out, watch all of those videos, and get an idea. Because Social Blade is not they don't just have this statistics tool. They're also a partnership network, and a relatively large one at that. So keep that in mind. Right here, if you want to embed basically this user statistics table into your website or your blog, you can get the code for that right here. And then here's some graphs about basically for views and subscribers, excuse me. So that's just a different way of kind of visualizing it, depending on what your learning style is, essentially. And then over here under categories, so this has been the user summary. So we'll do subscriber growth next, and this is relatively similar to the user summary, or to the subscriber summary on the user summary page. It's just a little bit more in depth. And actually, the problem is they don't crawl the channels every day, so they don't get this information every single day. So periodically they just update it. So for instance, for his channel, you don't see a whole lot of daily change. It really kind of depends. Different channels that you search for, sometimes they'll have 7 or 8. Well, they'll have like 6 or 7 days of the week. Most weeks that actually have information. So it just kind of depends. And not only that, but sometimes if users have never been searched for on this Social Blade through the Social Blade YouTube tool, sometimes they will not have actually crawled those users' channels. So it'll actually have to it'll take a while for them to so you input the username, and it'll tell you we haven't crawled this channel yet. We'll get right on that. Blah blah blah. And basically, you come back a couple days or a week or so later, and then there'll be information on that channel there. So, and again, sharing this chart on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus. You can also see future projections of subscriber growth here, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show you that on the next tab, essentially, which is the future projections tab under categories. And this is pretty cool, and this is especially useful for those of you who might be close to the requirements for a partnership. What you can do is it can kind of give you an idea, taking the rate of growth that you're at now, kind of extrapolate when you'll reach certain goals. So, for instance, Daystorm, this is where he's at now, and then in tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, excuse me, next month. In 30 days, this is where he's projected to be, and this is where his views are projected to be, and and that's a time milestone. You can also check by subscriber milestone. So again, it'll kind of tell you when he should be, for instance, at 175,000 or 1,750,000 subs, which is projected to be 523 days. So that's, a year and a half or so. And then it just has other milestones like that, and then viewer milestones is basically the same thing, just for views. So he's projected to be at 225 million views in 286 days. And again, you can share right here and see full monthly statistics. You can also share on some other networks right here, like Tumblr and through email. So that's the basics of the future projections. And then next we'll go into monthly statistics, which is essentially the same as the overview statistics for like the last 8 days or so, 8 or 9 days on the user summary page, but it's just more in depth and it goes through a longer period of time. Other than that, it's essentially the same thing. It's got some more graphs down here at the bottom, which you might want to check out. And then the featured boxes, I like that. That's really interesting, because what it does is it says who is featuring. So for instance, who's featuring Daystorm, and it gives you a little breakdown of their channel real quick, like how many subs they have, how many they're getting a day, how many they're getting a month, how many views they have, how many they're getting a month. Apparently it doesn't have it doesn't actually, they don't crawl views for by day for all of the channels. I'm assuming that that's just because most of these are giant channels that get tons of views, so it's really difficult to come up with a number, because for instance, if I search my own channel or other relatively smaller channels, I can see the days, the views per day growth, as well as by month. And it also, again, you get a little ranking over here of the Social Blade ranking of those channels. And then also you can see who's featuring Daystorm, which is cool. So 334 are featuring him, and he's only featured 10. So this is interesting, if for nothing else. If you want to do some competitive research, like say you make your channel about widgets. Well, if you find some larger channels that talk about widgets all the time, if that's the main thing, they do widgets, then you can take their username, put it in here, and then come and check the featured boxes and see who's featuring them. Kind of check them out and see if maybe they talk about widgets A, and then the second one talks about widgets B. And it gives you kind of an idea of who to outreach to maybe collaborate with. To kind of do a little bit of competitive research on, to see how many subs they're getting a day, how many video views they're getting a day, or a month, things like that, and to kind of give you an idea of who to outreach to collaborate with, and stuff like that. So that's what I really like about the featured boxes tab right here. And then next we go down to similar channels, and this is kind of misleading, because these channels aren't actually similar in terms of content. They're similar in terms of ranking. So that's something that you need to keep in mind, but it's cool, because you can kind of do a little bit of competitive research and figure out just what people that are around your ranking are doing on their channels. So for instance, Dave Days, if you've been on YouTube, you probably know Dave Days. At least if you're relatively young. Spoken Reasons, same with that, and you can kind of compare, say, like, how is Dave Days formatting his videos with how is, so let's say, Spoken Reasons formatting his videos, to really kind of get an idea of what you should be doing to kind of drive engagement, and kind of, say you're a C or you're a D rank, right here, like a C or a D rank, which don't be upset if you're a C or a D rank, because you've got some pretty heavy competition out there for that A++. So don't worry about that. But so anyway, you can kind of figure out what people that are a rank higher than you, or a couple ranks higher you were doing, and it's definitely some useful information. Not only that, you can find some cool channels just by doing this. And then down by recent videos, I like recent videos as well, because what it basically does is it populates your 30 latest videos, and then it kind of gives you a little bit of basic information, like length, how many views they've got, how many ratings there are, so how many likes and dislikes, and then how many comments, and also the projected earnings. I'm not exactly sure what this percentage is. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm guessing that's some kind of ranking system, um, based on like how many views it's got, how many ratings, and how many comments it's got. But again, I'm not entirely sure about that. So that's actually something you might want to do a little bit more research in yourself. But it's still, as you can see, it's still it's still got some cool stuff. So you can kind of get, especially if you're trying to figure out how to competitively rank your videos, because what you can do is you can come and check out these videos and see, then take the title, or take a large segment of the title, like the keywords, and then put it in to both YouTube and Google, and see where that's ranked, and then see how how the ratings and how the comments and how the views affect its ranking, and or at least to give you like a bird's eye view of how that affects the ranking in both Google and in YouTube. So next, 30 most viewed videos rather than just the 30 latest. And again, this just kind of gives you an idea. This really can give you an idea of what's kind of trending as well. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Again, it's just same info: length, views, rating, this percentage, comments, and the projected earnings. Which, that's crazy. Look at that. If this video is monetized, even at the smallest monetization rate, that video has still made $14,000. That is retarded. Granted, I don't know if Daystorm actually has this video monetized, and I don't know I don't know what the click through what the cost per click price would be on that. But anyway, next, the 30 highest videos. And so this again is just your highest rated videos. So the videos with the most ratings, basically. And again, just kind of check them out, and you can do a little bit of competitive research using this tab. And this is about the end of the tutorial, guys. I just got a couple more things I want to mention real quick. First of all, you can subscribe. So say you put in a username and you're not already subscribed. You can subscribe to that channel, and it'll tell you right here the channel that you're signed in as. So I'm already subscribed to Daystorm on this channel. I don't know why, but it says that. But anyway, you can sometimes these widgets are kind of off, like the subscribe widgets, and like on like the YouTube browser, sometimes it'll say subscribe even though you're already subscribed. So I don't know exactly how accurate that works, but it's pretty cool. It's nice for if people are searching you and they're not already subscribed. It gives them kind of the option to do that. And real quick, we're gonna go over the top and the most subscribed and most unsubscribed. This little bar up here. So top YouTubers, and it basically gives you the top 10 channels broken down, and then you can do the top 100, the top 500, and also the top 50 networks. And you can filter them by the Social Blade score, the most subscribed, and the most viewed, which is pretty useful. And then the top 50 networks right here. So you break it down by network, and you can kind of check out the networks, and again filtered by the most viewed and the most members. Tells you how many subscribers, how many video views, and also how many members, which is pretty cool. So that's something to keep in mind. Next is the most subscribed. And again, it tells you their Social Blade score, their rank as well, and then the channels, the subscribers, the video views, and again you can filter it and stuff like that. So next we've got the most subscribed. We just did that. So most viewed. And again, checking out the views for the channels and stuff like that. And then also the part that I like is the most unsubscribed. You can really kind of get a feel for it. So for instance, awesome Alana, who I checked her out a couple of days ago, and she's an Australian vlogger. I don't remember what else she talks about, but she's from Australia and she does vlogs. And she's lost 56,827 subscribers. So I don't know how, I don't know what happened for that to happen. But at the same time too, I went and checked out her channel, and instead of having 698,000 video views, she's got 3 million. So I don't know if I don't know the deal is with that. But this is still kind of cool, just to kind of see, you know, who's basically, you know, who's losing a bunch of subscribers, you know. I mean, who's obviously doing something, what not to do, maybe, you know. At the same time, too, I think this might have something to do with possibly like bought subscribers and bought views and things like that, and YouTube just kind of like reorienting the view counts and the subscriber counts. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. And then also the most lost views. Again, you can kind of check. You can check who's lost views, and look at. I mean, look at these channels. These channels are all, they're all like D's or you know, there are a couple of B's, but most of them are D's. And I don't know. Again, I'm not entirely sure how they come up with lost views, but I have a feeling it has to do with something with, at least in part, with YouTube. With YouTube, basically reassessing their video views and kind of checking that out. And real quick, one more thing is the YouTube, you know, under the socialblade.com. If you just hop on over to tools, there's a couple of cool tools that you can check out. So you can get your YouTube stats for Android widget and your Twitch stats, excuse me, for Android widget, which is pretty cool. And just for those of you who don't know, Twitch is it's like a live streaming basically system. It's a website that allows you to live stream. A lot of gamers will use either Twitch or some other kind of live streaming system sort of similar to it. If they don't use, I mean, the bigger guys use like YouTube streaming, but some people use Twitch as well. And then YouTube tools and plugins. You know, you can get the Social Blade YouTube widget and also the YouTube username generator. So, you know, that's just a cool little idea of some stuff that you can do. And so that's